Donald Trump gets in for 4 more years, the jig is up for them. The gloves are off. There are no holds barred here. He is going full throttle. He's not worried about winning another election. It's 4 years of scorched earth when Donald Trump retakes the White House.
When the Trumps say scorched earth, they literally mean it. Hi, my name is Suri Crow, and you are watching the Midas Touch Network. And right next to me, I'm not sure if he'll pop up his blonde head, back by popular demand, is my assistant Angus Theodore. All right, Donald Trump plans to literally destroy our planet and burn it with fossil fuels as long as the big oil barons promise to hand over $1 billion to help him back into the White House.
Look, I have all my rich people. Look, see those people? That guy, see, they're shaking hands on a deal. Look, they just shook hands on a $10 billion deal. They're trying to figure out how do they get advertising like that.
According to the Washington Post, which broke this story, Trump hosted some of the country's top oil executives at Mar-a-Lago in April. And as the executives complained about, quote, burdensome environmental regulations, Angus just burped, they plan to fight with $400 million in lobbying the Biden administration. Trump promised to reverse all of President Biden's environmental regulations and policies and stop any new ones from being enacted as long as the oil barons fund his reelection campaign. And the big oil industry is now licking its greedy chops. According to California Governor Gavin Newsom, executives are already writing up executive orders for Trump to sign on day one if he gets back into the White House by hook or by crook. Governor Newsom put this out on X. Big Oil is literally writing up executive orders for Trump to sign on day one with the promise of $1 billion in return. He's giving away our planet in return for cash. I would argue he's selling it. Have we just accepted this as the new norm? Hell no, we cannot, because this is not normal or good at all. In fact, when I saw this story break yesterday, my blood pressure spiked. It really stressed me out. Our planet is already in tremendous trouble. There is no debate about that. The science is clear. The MAGA cult is delusional, and Trump and the other Republicans who are so power hungry do not care if he destroys everything in his psychopathic power path.
If you're a billionaire and you care about your shareholders, you care about your family, you care about your grandkids, you should be voting for someone that's going to bring prosperity to America and peace to the world. That's what President Trump is going to do.
And there you have it. That's one of the leading Republican Veep contenders, North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum, on his message to billionaires as Trump's vision for a second presidency comes into focus. They're all but putting a for sale sign over the White House.
Sure, Governor, peace and prosperity while the earth burns. While oil executives are writing up their orders to torch the planet for a profit, this is what the fossil fuel industry is already doing to our home here on Mother Earth. Massive flooding in Canoas, Brazil has left hundreds missing and feared dead, and left this poor horse stranded on a barn roof for days, where a news chopper caught video of him trying to survive. It just broke my heart. Damage by fossil fuels is choking our planet on the plastic that is produced by the fossil fuel industry. A lot of people aren't aware of this, but that plastic bottle that you drink your Coke, Pepsi, or Sprite out of is made from fossil fuel products. It is made from the chemicals that come from fossil fuels. These industries, big corporations, go hand in hand with the giant fossil fuel companies. And we know that the chemicals in fossil fuels cause cancer and all kinds of health risks.
Climate change is one of the greatest con jobs ever. It'll start getting cooler.
I wish science agreed with you.
Hey, well, I don't think science knows, actually.
Does seeing this devastation though change your opinion at all on climate change, Mr. President?
No.
Once again, Trump is lying. Scientists expect 2024 to be the hottest year on record, surpassing 2023, which blew through climate temperature records. So no, Donald Trump, the earth is not cooling off, just the same way that COVID didn't magically disappear. It's daunting, the damage that we humans have caused this earth. But here's the good news, and there is some good news. President Biden has enacted the biggest climate investment ever, according to the Youth-Driven Climate Power org, which gave the president a glowing review. President Biden has taken more than 300 climate actions since taking office, actions so impactful that even AOC, who is frequently critical of President Biden, is taking note.
Historic day and a landmark achievement for organizers and countless young people as we officially open the American Climate Corps to the public. I want to thank President Biden for working with us to take swift and bold executive action to protect the planet by launching the American Climate Corps.
It's great news, right? But so much more is needed. And if we can build on what President Biden's administration is starting, there is a hope for the future of our planet. And despite the lies spewed on Fox News and from Republicans, we can clean up our planet and build the economy at the same time. It's both and, you guys. Trump is not only terrible for the planet health, but he's also terrible for our economy.
On the record, I know plenty of you, this is his quote, you're rich as hell, and we're going to give you tax cuts. That's what he says out loud. When the president enacted a $2 trillion tax cut that overwhelmingly benefits the very wealthy and biggest corporations, he exploded the federal deficit, as I said. He added more to the national debt than any president has in one term in all of American history. And he wants to do it again. He's committed to another $2 trillion tax cut for the wealthy and biggest corporations. He also proposed cutting funds for affordable housing, not building them, cutting the funds for them.
Yep. Trump added nearly $8 trillion to our national debt and lost more jobs than any other president in history. This myth that Republicans are good for the economy is exactly that. It's a big fat lie. They have consistently been terrible for economics. So all these polls that are saying that, voters have more faith in Donald Trump, that is, I'm sorry, but that's just ridiculous. $8 trillion to the debt, to the deficit, and lost more jobs than any other president in history. That is not someone who's good for the economy at all. Trump promised Wisconsinites that he would invest billions of dollars in a plant that never materialized in Racine, Wisconsin. Meanwhile, Biden was there this past week touting a $3.3 billion investment in an AI Microsoft plant that will add more than a total of 4,000 jobs in the next several years, according to the Biden administration.
Did a groundbreaking here where we are for Foxconn. He promised 13,000 jobs, and only about 1,000 of those actually exist right now. So I know you're promising more than 2,000 union construction jobs, and that 100,000 people are going to get trained in AI here. Why should people here believe that you will succeed at creating jobs where Trump failed?
He's never succeeded in creating jobs, and I've never failed. I've created over 15 million jobs since I've been president. 15 million. In 3.75 years. And secondly, Microsoft is a serious player.
The Biden administration is funding clean energy jobs and infrastructure projects through the Inflation Reduction Act, which Republicans voted against. But now they're taking credit for all these projects that are happening in their communities. Meanwhile, Trump just wants to help the oligarchy class get even richer.
Because you're all people that have a lot of money. I know 20 of you, and you're rich as hell. We're going to give you tax cuts. We're going to pay off our debt.
And that is what we really have here now, is an oligarchy class, just the same way they have it in Russia. The elite, the richest of the rich, like people like Jeff Bezos and these billionaires that they would never be able to spend the money they have. And the billionaire class is growing exponentially. And then we have the working class and a disappearing middle class who are carrying the brunt of that. And Trump's working class followers are blind, unfortunately for them, because he has no intention of helping them ever other than grifting their last few dollars. Listen to journalist David K. Johnston, who won a Pulitzer Prize for exposing how the rich exploit our tax loopholes to get away with paying nothing.
And why wouldn't they do it? Trump is the perfect puppet ruler for them. He keeps the base entertained while advancing the real purpose of his autocratic presidency: deregulate and enrich the 1%. David, Donald Trump really is sort of the perfect man for this job, no? Because he does love being around rich people and serving them.
Well, and Donald, despite the mistaken beliefs of millions of his followers, he doesn't care one bit about people at the bottom, not one bit. And he's perfectly happy to associate with people like Senator Rick Scott of Florida, who amazingly was not prosecuted and sent to prison for stealing $1.4 billion from the taxpayers, and many other people.
Look, the climate emergency and state of our world can feel so overwhelming. Especially when you see politicians and parties that do not care if we have healthy air to breathe or clean water to drink, as long as they've got their money. But with President Biden and Democrats, and hopefully some progressive-minded Republicans and independents joining together, we can prosper while helping the planet heal. And I want to end on a positive note. That stranded horse that I showed you in Brazil, his survivor's stance on that rooftop for days moved the world and good humans into action. Now named Caramelo, he is safe and reportedly being treated at a veterinary hospital, all because he didn't give up. And we can't either. Look what happens when even a few people decide to do good in this world. These people went out and saved this horse, Caramelo, put him in a raft, and now he's thriving, or hopefully will be. Sorry for the noise in the background. Remember that we are all in this together, and we can make a difference. Let's continue to fight for our planet and for a better future for all. Seriously, we can do it, not to be corny. Angus agrees. He's been a whole situation going back here. My name is Suri Crow. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more updates. If you wouldn't mind, please like, comment, and share this video. We're trying to spread the pro-democracy and pro-planet and people message far and wide. Angus says thank you, and he's happy to be back, and we wish you peace.
Enough! Send it to the big house, not the White House. Get the new exclusive tees, mugs, and stickers right now at store.MidasTouch.com. That's store.MidasTouch.com.